the park. I mean, that's where they're going with this freaking argument now. We live?
Yeah, we are live.
Where the hell is it? Come on, YouTube, catch up. There we go.
I'm gonna check the chat because I don't have, mine doesn't have this chat up.
Yeah, the YouTube's being slow. It took a minute to register. What's up, Laura?
Hey, Laura. Laura's first.
Edward, what's going on? It looks like Dominic's coming in. What's up,
Yep.
Dominic?
Yeah,
Okay.
good evening.
So Dominic, I was talking to Paul just a second ago before he went live about this
Yep.
remote ID crap. Dude, these people are getting ridiculous with this argument about remote ID.
Yeah.
Everybody has took what E-Drone said and just ran with it. Now it's what if an alien tracks me to my location and puts a butt plug up my butt?
Oh,
You know,
no.
this is a security risk. I swear to God, dude, they're reaching for every stupid scenario, and it's just making their whole argument sound just stupid now.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, dude.
Should do a video like that then.
I mean, they're right at the cusp of doing them like that.
Hmm.
And then you got all these 107 pilots. Well, you know, they really shouldn't be implementing remote ID. Then why did you go get your 107 and turn it into a business?
Yeah.
Because that's all that it does is attract. The more people go get that 107, the more the government's going to look at it as a business and not a hobby in general.
Yep. Totally. Right, I'll just sit back and watch what you're doing over there and see how it goes.
Hello. Okay, I'll be right there. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're 107, you're kind of out of the argument, to be honest
Oh,
with you,
definitely.
because you chose to go get that, and that makes you look like a business and not a
Yeah.
hobbyist, whether you're flying hobbyist or not.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand. I can understand where you're going. And I think, as I said, I think the way it's going to go is, you know, as I said, I'm sitting from a
Outside.
well, I'm sitting from a fairly
Hey, Captain Joe.
fairly remote, but that
TJ.
I'm sitting from a distance watching.
All right. Well, you're
Hey.
sitting from an outside perspective.
Yeah,
Justin,
that was what I was
Justin,
looking for.
you and Dominic hold the fort down. I got to run out for a few minutes. Just
All right.
No worries.
What's up, Tim?
I'm
TJ,
sitting. Yeah, I'm an outsider here,
David, Joe, how's it
so
going?
I'm not really taking side. I'm just looking at it from the point of view that if Australia does it, hello, Laura, if Australia does do it, then we've got, you know, a fair template to have a look at.
I don't know. My whole thing though is if everybody keeps going and getting their 107 and they're
Yeah.
just getting it just to get it, like a lot of people have done, they're not actually doing any real commercial work. They just went and got it because they wanted to get it. I don't know. Then that kind of makes that's going to make the government look at it more like a business. But it's like like I said, these people are reaching so far on this argument against it that it's
Here's
at the point.
the voice of reason.
Well, no, Dre, I was telling him, man, these people all took what E-Drone said about the whole child predator thing, and now they're just running crazy with it. Now, this seems to be half the argument on YouTube.
Well, that's why I did the videos I did all week, trying to correct or debunk a lot of these theories and beliefs people have had for years
Right, Tim?
regarding airspace regulations and those who say I fly out my backyard, so I own the airspace in my backyard. Well, guess what? All I did was present court cases that said otherwise. So,
Well, the thing is
Good
like
on
I
you,
was
Joe.
saying, is if all these people are going and getting their 107s that aren't actually doing commercial work like you and Al and stuff, right?
Yeah,
uh-huh.
That's making the government look at it more as a business than a hobby thing. Cause there's a lot of guys going and getting it that aren't actually doing real commercial work. They're just going to get
Yeah.
it just to get it.
Right.
yeah,
And I think
And
that's adding to the FAA's case. Saying, look at all these people that are becoming 107. Obviously, it's not a hobby no more.
well, like I said, if you pay attention, what was happening starting back, I would say 5 years ago, you should have been able to connect the dots and seen this coming. And that's why, you know me, I've always advocated go get your 107. That way you're covered no matter what you do.
yeah,
And that's why I say, because I like I told people all the time, I said, when you're classified by the FAA as your status being the same as a private pilot, your UAS is classified as an aircraft, just like a private pilot's stuff. Guess what? Sooner or later, all the regulations and standards are going to start to be applied to you as they are to regular manned aircraft.
yeah,
So that's where all this is going. They're trying to establish a baseline. Say, if you're going to be flying something that's classified as an aircraft under the FAA, you need to meet the standards of every other pilot in the FAA. And what's happening is people want to say, well, I want to have shielded operations. Well, does a private pilot in a regular manned aircraft get to have shield operations? No. Stuff. So, I mean, you're asking the FAA to treat you differently, but you want the benefits of being a pilot.
Yeah.
You want the protection of being a pilot, but then you want to be treated separately, unlike a pilot at the same time.
Well, I think, like I said, I think some of these videos coming out are now just making the argument seem stupid. Because like I told Dominic, it's short of them claiming that an alien's going to come put a butt plug in them at the park if it tracks them. Like, this is where they're going with this whole argument.
Yeah,
And it's
like I
getting
said,
stupid.
I watched E-Drone's video, and like I said, I talked to Dan about it yesterday on here, and I said, that's just that alarming scare tactic, fear mongering.
yeah,
That you want to teach kid. So if you look at that video, I can say, why did you allow your child to go out by themselves doing this type of play? She said she's going outside to play. She didn't say she's going to fly a drone. So, you guys say, okay, you can fly a drone, but when you fly your drone, you need to be accompanied by adult supervision, or someone of that age caliber, 18 above, supervision to make sure you're going to be okay, because we know your attention span is going to be focused on that drone and that screen other than watching your surroundings.
Now, didn't you and Dan both say, though, that there hasn't been an official app even put out yet that even shows what they're going to be doing with it?
I know I keep hearing about these apps, but I have not seen any myself. Not that I'm looking for them.
Yeah, I seen a video where people said they claimed they tested 2 apps that were already out.
Yeah, like I
But
say,
I wasn't-
testing out. Okay, my thing is, who's the testers and where is it being tested?
Well, this is the thing in the video. They didn't say what the apps were, what the names of the apps were.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't find nothing on the app stores for Microsoft or Android.
Right. And that's my whole point. I mean, we got to remember, when people are talking about remote ID, this is a global thing on different levels in different countries. Okay. And they may have apps available in the UK already, because I think they're already implementing remote ID to a certain level in UK. I'm not for certain, but I think
Germany is too, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be somewhere in the EU, whatever, that they may have apps available for them already. if that's the way they're going. Hey, Mr. Hodges.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Hodges?
Hey,
So, like I said, it's,
He said he'd be
know,
back in a
you
few
can-
minutes.
You can copy, repost whatever you want to make a nice slick video. Now, I told Idra on this, I said, nice production work.
Mm.
It looked very professional. They showed a nice little tight close of the girl and tell her mom who's off camera, I'm going to have to play. And then they cut to this guy, lurking in the bushes, looking at the
Thank you,
air,
David.
and the little girl stood out there in a little clearing area, flying a drone. And this guy
Alright.
rushes out from the bushes to snatch her up. But like I
Mm.
say, who says that this couldn't happen without a drone? Because that already does happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids
I
getting
think it's
snatched
being
up walking home from school.
sensationalized.
Kids getting snatched up at playgrounds, walking home from school, walking to school, kids getting snatched up waiting for the school bus. That already happens.
Yeah.
Kids get snatched around the front yard.
Well,
That
no,
already-
and I said this yesterday too on my show. I was like, I don't know if that many people will even be using these apps to track anybody because let's face it, the FAA doesn't really advertise anything that they're putting out unless
Mm.
you're in
Yeah.
the community and you're looking for it.
Right. And
So it's like how
I
many
see Joe America in the chat said there's two apps I know about are Drone Scanner and Drones Flying Near Me. Not sure
Okay.
how good they work.
I have to check them out then, because the video I watched, they didn't say what the names of the apps
Right.
were, and it
And the
seemed
only
kind of
thing I've
clickbaity.
seen on far as these drone beacons, whatever they are, Mode ID, is that most of them have their own app themselves that you have to install on your phone to connect to your network. And that's why I'm trying to get, I said, if I have to, download the software to the Mode ID on my phone so it can connect to the network off my phone or whatever it is, the device that's on the drone, it's just kind of weird. Because I remember they were saying that first they said we're going to have to use cell phones. Then they said we're not going to have to use cell phones. So my thing is, okay, how does this Remote ID broadcast if it's not attached to some type of network? And that's a self-contained network.
Mm.
And if you're telling me you're sending me an app to put on my phone, okay, my phone is on a network. So I'm like I said, I'm just a little confused on it myself. I mean, how it's going to work, we all have to figure it out. And like I said, I'm gonna be one of the last folks probably in line to buy one because I only want to buy one or two, and that's it. I want to buy one that can do multiple drones. So I have to buy, several of them. I want one that I can put on one drone and next drone. And another thing is, the ones I've seen, I'm not impressed with the design because they're not designed to fit securely on any drone at all. Because like I say, I put beacons on my drones as is now, light beacons. And I can tell you, I've lost at least a half a dozen so light beacons flying around because the Velcro don't hold it securely enough at times, but especially when I'm flying in winds. So a lot of times I'll come back, my drone will come back, and all of a sudden say, oh, my beacon's gone. It's somewhere on the property somewhere.
Okay.
There is some Velcro that is really, really strong. If you
Well,
buy
that's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't know what these things are coming with, and everybody's talking about,
Yeah.
well, you got to use some aluminum, cement tape, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, well, that's a lot of stuff that I should not have to worry about if I'm spending a couple $100 on a device.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause I'm looking right now, especially for my Phantoms, I'm just going to probably tie them down to the legs. I'm not even going to put it on the upper top of the body.
So I tried
Have
that.
it attached to the leg.
So far I tried that drone scanner app, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put in for Tampa and Orlando area and my area, and it's saying there's 0 drones in the air. Now, Tampa and Orlando, I mean, come on, there's got to be at least one in the air somewhere. Those are big ass cities.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how accurate this thing is.
I see. That's why I tell people, to me, just to be a little more lighthearted, I said the accuracy of GPS on drones, on regular drones, is anywhere between 6 feet to 65 feet. So I tell you, if you try to track somebody, you better bring 2 or 3 people. So you can triangulate the position. Yeah. So I'm like, you can triangulate the position, whoever you're trying to hunt down. Because you'll walk right 65 feet means you could be on the other side of a building, the other side of a tree line or anything else, and you'll miss the person.
No, I didn't ask him about that. Why would I ask him about the apps? No, I was watching a video and these people were claiming that they were diving into 2 different apps, but they never mentioned the apps in the video, so it seemed kind of
Right.
clickbaity because they never mentioned what the apps were.
But like one thing that would be beneficial, even to Paul, if he's down there flying ships, if he had drone scanner or drone tag or whatever the hell it is,
See if he had company.
he would know there's somebody up there flying around with him or already in the air race to avoid a collision.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a
Yeah,
benefit,
like I
in
said,
my opinion.
there's definite benefits to it, but everybody wants to harp on the negative.
Well, everybody thinks that people are gonna like sneak up behind them and throw a pillowcase over their head, beat the crap out of them, and take their drone. I don't think that's the case at all.
Yeah, that's why I said people are going a little far with this crap.
Yeah, there is a bit of a reach.
Yeah, and
Well, you're
I
still
say that too.
gonna-
I mean, even today, when we go out flying, I'd always advise folks, always be aware of your surroundings. That's just natural common sense. Be aware of your
Right.
surroundings.
100%
And I used to
right.
tell, when I used to be in charge of my graffiti teams 10 years ago, I used to tell my guys, be aware of your surroundings. Never let nobody walk up on you, ever. And I said, the best way to do that is someone's walking in your work, coming up in your work area, you acknowledge them first. I don't care if you say good morning or how you doing or whatever, because that lets them know you are aware of their presence.
Sure.
So if they got some
And
little,
it's polite.
as the current term now, nefarious objectives going on, they know that you are aware of their presence. There's not going to be no
just being
sneaking
nice,
up.
right, Dre?
What's
Being
that?
like, you're just being pleasant too at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, but it lets them know. So, how you doing today, partner? Anything I can do for you? Something simple as that. But it puts them on the defense now to say, okay, this guy knows I'm here.
Well,
simple
let
as
them know that they didn't inadvertently leave their Klingon cloaking device on and you can't see them.
Right.
Well, and let's face it, Dustin was flying a drone at the park. A guy spotted it and followed it back to where Dustin was and grabbed his drone and sped off on a motorcycle.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if somebody's flying a drone around, you can bet they're within probably a mile, maybe 2 miles from where you're at anyway. So, I mean, if you really want to go hunt them down, all you got to do is keep that thing in your
I'm like
sight.
1,000 feet.
Right. And this,
I would
I
think
would
more
say
like
there, I
1,000
said, now,
feet away.
Dustin, in that scenario there, I would say, most of us, when we returned from our flight, whatever we did, usually we land that bird within about 10 feet of us.
Yeah.
If not even closer than that. So if he
And
allowed
catch.
somebody to run up on a motorcycle, grab his drone, what was he doing?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how it went down, but he said the guy pulled up onto him, grabbed his drone, and then hauled ass. And he said he couldn't grab the guy fast enough. He just hauled ass
that
on his
sounds like-
motorcycle.
That sounds like a lame ass excuse to justify a flyaway.
Yeah, it sounds like a story to me.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
buy it.
there's, I can say, I know how I conduct myself. My drone is going to be with it when it comes back, when I'm flying, whatever. Even if I do autonomous flying mapping mission, that drone lands within about 10 feet of me. And when it's coming back, I'm looking around the area at the same time when it's returning home. So I'm like, I got to ask, like I always tell my wife when I hear stories on the news, just like I heard one today about some girl got out of the family car, 9 months pregnant, to get some air or whatever, and she disappears. I told my wife, I said, something's missing in this story. You're 9 months pregnant, you're going to get out of the car to get some air, and you disappear? Okay, something's missing in the storyline here,
Mhm.
It's crazy.
And they talking about they couldn't find her. So now
Now,
she's a
what-
missing person.
Now, once remote ID gets toggled onto a drone, you can't turn it off after that, right?
That's right.
That is, well, if it's installed in your drone, you cannot disable it. If the module's on it, you can always turn the module off.
Right, right.
But if it's already implemented in the drone itself, it is supposed to be, once it's activated, it is supposed to be on. Now, the ones I have that have it, I've already turned them on already.
Well, didn't the anything DJI that has it, they just enabled it. There's nothing you can do about it, right? It's like enabled.
Right. I mean, I say on my M30T, I turned it on, and my Mavic Enterprise Advanced, I turned it on. So
Yeah.
those are already, sent out a signal already, as far as I know. So whenever these
Yeah.
apps come out, I'll be able to verify if it actually works.
Yeah. I guess I'm kind of, it's bittersweet for me. I think in ways it's really good because people are just being stupid. So
Yeah.
it helps in that regard. But then on the flip
I
side,
just
yeah, I
think
really
people
don't.
are just reaching a bit far, and I think they're sensationalizing it to get
Yeah.
YouTube views as well. But I'm just a bit cynical in that fashion.
Well, I asked a simple question today when I did my last video on this subject today. I asked some of these same people who cried about remote ID. I said, did you guys go out and take the trust test and register your drones when that came about? And a lot of them are going to say no.
No?
There was a big pushback from the FPV community that didn't want to take the trust test. They didn't want to register their drones because a lot of them guys said, well, I don't want to give the government my information. And then you hear these videos about these guys saying, well, I live out here
Well,
on 600 acres of no man's land and no airports near me. And I said, well, why are you worried about somebody knowing
Still
where you
their
at
sky.
if you live out in the middle of nowhere?
It's still their sky, though. It's still the government sky.
Yeah, well, see, that's what my last thing was today, Chuck. I did a thing because one of the guys left a comment talking about what I just discussed the Cosby case of 1942. Because I'm sure some of you have heard this statement that, oh, you own the airspace from your property to the heavens. Well, guess what? That is not correct.
It's usable airspace, which is
I
whatever
do
your
wish-
structure, your house,
Yeah, well, like
or
I
the
say,
tallest
in
structure.
this
you know.
court case, which, like I say, once again, it's misconstrued. The court case is really nothing about airspace. It was about damaging somebody's property from the use of the aircraft using the landing strip close by. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
what the whole matter case was.
and that was because aircraft were still in their infancy then, and so people were a lot more scared about them. Kind of like
Yeah.
drones are getting now.
Infancy, that was
Well,
1950s, wasn't it?
No,
Oh, yeah.
1942 was his case.
42, and
six months after
it was a military base.
Yeah, it was a
They were
military
flying,
base in
they were
North
flying
Carolina.
low over his property, and his chickens were freaking out.
There you
yeah,
go.
but what I'm saying, it's the same stigma drones are getting now. It was still kind of a new thing back then, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Well, my
wasn't.
point is that
It's just the stigma attached, really.
yeah, Justice Douglas gave the opinion of the court, and he stated in the end of the first paragraph that the old how you phrase it, the old ways of property extending all the way to the perpetuity of the heavens is the old ways. They say that rule of thumb does not apply to modern world today.
Hmm.
Right there, he went on and saying that there is no airspace owned by a private individual because that would leave any transcontinental flight subject to lawsuits
Aircraft, yeah.
on properties
Yeah.
crossing private property.
Right.
That's why I tell folks, I say, you're gonna get mad about a drone flying across your property, but you're not going out to the airport suing whoever else is flying across your property. You're not suing American Airlines, United, Delta, whoever else. So the whole argument is mute because the court decision said so.
Yeah.
So
One
like I
thing
say,
that bums me out, and there's no way to enforce it, that's why it can't happen, is I
well,
wish
that too.
they had, like,
You can't
50
enforce it. You know, and in this case, the
Oh,
guy.
no, sorry, Dre. No, I was going back to the airspace thing briefly, then I'll let you get back into your wheelhouse. It was like,
Well, I'm
I
just
think
saying that, you know, the main cause of this court case was that the farmer suffered losses of the value of his business. He was a commercial
Yeah.
egg chicken rancher.
Chicken
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the disruption of these planes flying at such low altitude. I
Yeah.
mean, these planes were coming in landing, as they said, treetop 83 feet. They were coming over his house about 60 feet above the roof line, coming into the airstrip, landing, and
Big
taking
twin
off.
engine.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's
talking
what
about,
changed. That's what changed it all, right? Because otherwise, it would make sense that like there'd be like you'd be able to fly a drone without anything like 50 feet or below, basically. You know, like below building level. It'd be like okay.
right. So like I said, these were the things that, you know, they didn't find fault in the government for violating his airspace. They found fault in the government for not compensating the gentleman for his damage of his business, is what the
Mm.
case
Well,
came down to.
But you know, you figure out that there's somebody lives on the flight line of a major airport, there's 1,400 flights a day. You know,
Yeah, I mean, we think it's common sense now, but back then, like you say, you know, this was a training base, 1942. They were training bombers,
War II,
transport carriers, fighter aircraft there. And, you know, like I said, this guy's got his chicken ranch out there, and the chickens are, you know, all riled up all hours of the day and night. And the thing here, the runway they were using was a supplemental runway. It only got used, they said, between 4 to 7% of the time. So basically, when the weather patterns changed, they had to use that runway. It was not the main runway.
again,
But I also heard, Dre, that they were flying low and slow over his property as part of their training. They weren't necessarily going to land there.
Yeah, you know, it's all part of coming in for landings and taking off. So like I said, at some points they were coming in 83 feet, covering above the houses, 60 feet above the houses and stuff, and the chicken coops and everything. So I explained to the guys, I said, this was more about the damage of lost value of the property and disrupting his business, and not about violating his airspace.
Not to mention, that was a full swing of World War II right there for us.
Yeah.
Right. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
explained in the video how, you know, the Congress had just given President Roosevelt the War Power Acts, and he suspended a lot of regulations.
Right.
So for the benefit of the military training, operations, building, you know, all that kind of stuff and everything. So like I said, when I hear people try to use these court cases, like I said in the video today, I said, you have to tell people, read everything in the court case. Read the opinions of the judge of the case. And then you find out why they decided how they decided. Why did this guy win this case against the United States? But everybody assumes it's because they violated the airspace, and that's not the case.
All
So
right.
everybody go dark or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like I was driving, so I kind
Must
of
be that
I
time of the
understand
night
you
or morning.
driving and stuff. Yeah.
Just taking it all in, Dre.
Take it.
yeah, we're just taking it all in. So I admit it.
I tell you,
Like
these
mine.
last 4 days, dude, I've been reading so many comments. I've gotten at least over almost 100 comments on each video.
Mm.
And I told myself, I'm going to read every comment, respond to the ones that I can respond to that are worthy of responding to, and go
Yeah.
from there.
Hey, do any of you guys have laws on the books or coming into the books about you're not allowed to distracted drive? You can't use a cell phone. You can't even use the touch screen or anything else, and you get fined.
Oh, a lot of,
We have
I
that in-
think,
we have that here.
I think California was actually the first state to do that, wasn't it, Dre?
It's
Yeah, we've had, you know, you can't, use a phone, use the phone itself. They want you to be hands
Any
off.
kind of
And
distracted
it
driving.
has to be in a cradle.
Yeah.
Well, you can't even use a cradle here.
Okay, we use a cradle here.
Uh-huh.
Starting-
Um,
starting the
hands-free
first
in
of the month.
California.
Starting the first of the month here, there's no distracted driving whatsoever, whether
Yeah.
it's hands-free or not free or whatever. They want
Wow.
you thinking and watching the road.
Mm.
Well, unfortunately,
Well, I
that's
guess they
kind of
have
a-
to,
and any multimedia screen, you know, like an iPad or anything like a Tesla has,
mhm.
you treat that as a radio. You can touch it, but you can't linger on it. If you push it, you can push it once and then you're all right. But if you start lingering on that, that's where the trouble. But I'm only talking for Victoria here.
Yeah.
I don't know what other states are doing, but here you can have a cradle. You can't dwell on it, meaning you can't, scroll furiously. You can touch it once, and you have to physically pull over if you want to change the GPS or whatever.
Well, the local police departments here have added extra help to go out and ticket now, just for that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I mean, that's gonna be,
Did you?
unless you're obvious, that's gonna be kind of hard to track down. You gotta be,
Yeah.
pretty blatant with that.
Well, they're gonna be in undercover cars driving in traffic. And if they spot you, they're gonna call ahead and have you pulled over.
Wow.
There must be a lot of money to be made if they have time and money to spend on that. BS.
$1,500 first event, $2,500 the second event. And if there's a third event, you've got to go to driver's school.
Oh, they could just make
They're gonna
phones.
pay for their seats in.
They could just make phones completely useless except for GPS and emergency calls while you're driving down the road.
But how does the phone know it's in that mode?
Well, I mean, it's I'm assuming by the speed of your phone moving down the road.
Yeah, but you could be a passenger.
Well, I mean, still, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's something they could look into if it's that bad of a problem.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
it
of
always
course,
gets into
people are gonna flip out about it, but
Oh yeah.
as many people as I would see on the road driving every day, and I'd pull up to stoplights and people would be on their phones texting and
hmm
everything else. I mean, it's almost an epidemic at this point.
Yeah.
Or a
People have gotten
It's
lax again, and then, like I say, you get new law to kind of tighten up people's awareness, and then a couple of years they'll
Yeah.
get lax again.
but people don't care. I mean, a lot of people don't pay attention to those laws anyway. I mean, they're just blatantly out there doing it.
Mhm.
But it's no different than, I guess, the car stereos, because like my car stereo, it won't let you change any settings or anything unless you pull over. So it knows when the car's in drive, and it, like, if you try to connect Bluetooth or anything like that,
Mhm.
it won't let you do any of that unless you pull over first and put the car in
Wow.
park.
The only my cars won't let you do is mess with the navigation screen while it's moving.
See, mine, you can do like the radio, and you can
Yeah.
like change your music, like you can hit the
Mhm.
next button and stuff like that. But if you want to connect anything or
Uh-huh.
do any kind of extensive setting changes on the radio, it makes you pull over.
Wow.
It'll tell you you
What kind
can't
of
do
car
it.
you drive?
It's the Chrysler 200. It has the same Uconnect system that Chuck's Jeep has in it. His
Okay,
would
I'll
do
make
the
sure I
same
don't-
thing.
Make sure I don't buy none of those.
Lori's
Yeah.
Jeep, not Chuck. Lori Jeep.
Well, I mean, her Jeep would do the same thing though. If you tried to connect the Bluetooth while
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
driving, it's not going to let you.
Yeah, it doesn't let you screw around with stuff. You have to use voice command. I kid around with Uconnect though. Uconnect is so janky. That's almost more dangerous.
I don't know. I mean, I understand if there's passengers in the car, but at the same time, it's like, is that a small sacrifice to make of somebody getting killed unnecessarily?
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, I don't know.
Pretty sure the woman that freaking T-boned me was probably on her phone or something.
But getting
Kinda
back
hard
to what you're talking about, when I popped in, Justin, that was most of the point I was trying to make, is that I was trying to let people know that a lot of these little videos they're putting out telling the FAA and stuff. I said, what purpose is that really serving? I mean,
That-
you're not helping your cause at all.
Well, I'm saying like I said, my whole point about it was just everybody took what eDrone said, and I've seen about 10 videos so far where
Mhm.
they've just ran with that particular situation,
Yeah.
and then they're going off even more on a more of a tangent of even more far-fetched, less likely scenarios, and it's just like, Jesus.
That's
it's like-
wrong.
Yeah.
And to me, it makes your argument look
evening.
stupid at that point. It's making your
Well-
argument look ridiculous.
And that's what I said, in the video today, that I said, sometimes you come with the
up, Gidgey?
facts, factual information, the safety of of the operations, our safety record as UAS operators and stuff, that should have been the main factor of our regulations. I say, there is no significant tracking data shows that UAS has caused any direct harm to individuals or property. So I'm saying, just like Race Day Quad's argument, trying to use the Fourth Amendment, I said, bad move. And that's why I said, the court case came out that I think it was the same year they try to use that, is that there is no expectation of privacy in the national airspace.
Well, not to mention that dude he was kind of young and he wasn't, I don't think, articulate enough to
Yeah, well,
really go against the court of that statute. They really needed some, really experienced lawyer that maybe would have been able to articulate the
Yeah.
case a little better.
Yeah.
And like I said, here in the States, and I explained to some people today, because some folks saying, well, you only been flying for 4 or 5 years. And I said, you know what? I've been around, RC stuff for a long time. My older brother used to fly RCs back in the 80s. And he was trying to get me into it. And I said, dude, I just got married, just had my first kid. I said, I don't have that kind of extra money lying around back then. I said, you're talking about, $300-$400, kit. Once you buy all the servos and the engine and all this kind of stuff, and the plane itself. I said, dude, I don't have that kind of play money. And then I'm thinking that, and I'm only fly it one time and crash it. I got to start all over again. I'm like, no, I said, that's not for me. So like I said, when I started hearing about drones around 2016, 2017, I said, oh, this seems like it's the technology is caught up to my ability. I did not trust myself to be out there trying to fly some kind of balsa wood plane back in the day and think I was going to be able to land it like a pro and be able to, take it back, hang in the garage and do whatever else. I said, dude,
I love flying the RC planes in the 80s.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell folks, because everybody wants to find a fault in your argument, from everything they can pick. I said, dude, I explained to her, I said, I paid attention. I remember when I was stationed 29 Palms and they put out an announcement they're looking for RC plane flyers back in the mid 80s when they were first starting the military drone program. That's how they recruit those guys. People who had interest in RC flying.
They delivered it to the UPS store, apparently, Gitchy, so I guess I gotta go there and pick it up. What's the date today? Or what's today? Thursday?
Yeah, for you it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
Okay, so there.
But I did get a funny comment today, Justin. One guy was saying, dude, I couldn't tell what watch you had on. Where'd you get it at? I said, I told him the brand Invicta, and I said, I get it. They said, great deals on Amazon.
Yeah, for some reason they delivered it to the UPS store and want me to pick it up there. I don't know why, so. Because it said it was delivered, and I was like, wait a minute. So I went outside and checked. There was nothing out there, and Sarah said there was no package when she got home, so. But I clicked on the thing and hit track your package and said it was delivered to the UPS store.
You don't get a little card in your letterbox.
Yeah. Because they want it, if it goes to the UPS store, then they don't even come to your house.
Oh, okay. Because if it's undelivered, they leave a little card saying your package is at the local post office. Okay. Little different.
Yeah, well, they didn't try to deliver it. For some reason, they just delivered it to their local store instead of my house.
Obviously, they're being a bit lazy.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I've never had them do that before. That's weird. I'll have to go tomorrow and pick it up, get you.
Hello, Ron.
Hey. Got a lot accomplished today.
Oh, did you go play Farmer Frank today?
No, I couldn't get a hold of him.
Oh, okay.
So I worked at home and got a bunch of weeds pulled. I went to town, did some grocery shopping, went to the post office, got all my
Patty,
stuff mailed out. Got a call from the licensing place and she
Yeah.
gave me a provisional license pending the FBI background
I
check.
remember that as well.
And I come back and had a dead tree that's been laying down in my yard for a long time. I'm like, time to get chainsaw up. So I went up and cut up that tree.
Good.
Yeah, but I know he was doing something else today. He was definitely doing something he probably shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Go.
What's that, Ron?
Here, I'll show you. I don't know if anybody.
Oh yeah.
He's out there brushing a deer off today. You know, he had some combs out there brushing a deer.
Well, I think it'd be great, Ron, if you had one like that and you walked him into town.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
yeah. Watch this. Grabs him by the antler there and give him a little shake. Then watch this. He walks away. Just remind you of Ron or what?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, where are you going?
Yeah, watch this. Oh, hang on. Hey, wait for me. Yeah, see, you following him.
He probably saying, you got some of that corn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have been a pain in the ass today. They haven't left me alone. They even laid down across the road all day and sat
Yeah.
there in the yard, watched me work. Chainsaw didn't even bother them.
I
That's
got another one for tomorrow now. Of course, I got three signs in London and 2 in St. Thomas already for tomorrow. And you don't want one up till late Friday. He'll go up when I get a chance to put it up.
Is your audio fading in and out, Paul?
I don't know. I moved it here a bit, so I don't know. I may have to crank it up a little bit. I don't know. I got to figure.
Yeah, it goes in and out.
Goes
yeah.
in and out.
Hmm.
It's not a mechanical in and out. It's like it's a distance thing, I think.
Hello, testing. Okay, is that too loud?
No,
No, you're good.
No. Well, we'll try that and see what happens.
What do you want?
Unless I bump the dial or something on this thing.
You gotta go outside.
We'll try and see what happens.
Look at the smoke here, Paul.
wow.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. for sure.
The damn Canadian fires.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Blame
Oh.
Canada.
Those damn Canadians.
Yeah.
Fire's that now? Well, last time they were in Saskatchewan. You know where they're at, Hodges?
That. What's that in Saskatchewan?
I said, you know where the fires are at.
Well, right now they're saying just northern Ontario and Quebec. See the
Oh.
wind wrapping around right now. So I don't know, but I think the stuff you're getting is either coming from British Columbia or Alberta, that area, because it's coming across there and then dropping down, right? So, but the stuff we got here right now is from Ontario.
Hmm.
and Quebec. Hey, Jody's in the chat.
Yep.
Jody says YouTube thing there, but FAA sued for illegal remote ID. But I think that one has already been decided, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was a year ago lawsuit. I
Yeah.
just checked it from Drone U was reporting on it. That's from the Race Day Quad lawsuit that they lost.
2:20 this afternoon. Huh.
We're gonna get another storm here again. Check the radar.
One of the bus drivers there, her brother passed away this afternoon at 2:20, but it was planned. So
What do you mean it was planned?
like we have that thing law here in Canada. You can have
Assist-
assisted.
Oh, assisted suicide, yeah.
Well, he had cancer really bad, right?
Oh, shit.
2:20 this afternoon.
You know, a lot of people don't realize there's actually quite a few states in the US that allow that. We were talking about that not too long ago.
Get all sorts of storms all around us and more coming. Crap. Oh, man. Ugh. Now that I'm outside resting, now there's no deer. Yet they pester me all.
What's that, Ron?
I said, now that I'm sitting down and resting, no deer. But while I'm working, trying to get done, they pester the hell out of me all day.
Well, that's because you ignored them all day. They're teaching you a lesson.
No, I gave them a little bit of food today. I'm like, guys, I'm working, I'm busy. Yeah, well, one little one was just here.
So Dre, you got any jobs to do this weekend?
No, my calendar is clean for this weekend. I need to go out and probably do something on the 4th just to get ahead of myself because I'm going out of town next week on my anniversary. So I have a job I'm supposed to schedule to do next Saturday. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly it on the 4th just to get it out of the way.
You and the wife are going on a little getaway?
Yeah, did a little getaway down to Oceanside, California, and then we're gonna skip over to Temecula later in the week. Go to a little jazz concert there at one of the wineries and stuff, and then head home that next following Sunday.
Ah. That sounds like a typical day for Justin.
Hmm.
Yeah. Any luck on the job front, Justin?
Yeah, I actually gotta go get my license switched over. Shh. I should have done that like 8 years ago.
What license is? Oh,
Yeah,
Florida driver's license.
I got a North Carolina one, so.
oh
So
Jesus.
did you get a reservation or
Yeah, but I can't go till the 18th.
18th of the month? Holy crap.
Yeah, you have to make an appointment for the license. Well, it's actually here, it's the tax agency, the tax collector that does all the DMV crap. The only thing they don't do is the tags and registrations. But they do like the licensing and all that stuff. So I had to make an appointment. The nearest appointment was at 1 PM on the 18th of this month, so. Well, of next month, I should say. Not-
Hmm.
So it's a little more than 2 weeks away.
Nearly 3.
Yeah. To me, in this computer world, why it takes you 3 weeks to go in there and get your license switched over. It should be just done.
Yeah, hit a few
Pay the
buttons
money,
and
pay the money.
That's all they want is the money. Yep.
Yep.
That's why I kind of never understood why they just don't have one national license. To me, that'd make more sense. but-
Clearinghouse, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Mm.
I would think should be a thing. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I like the system in Reno, Nevada, where I used to live, because Reno, Elko, Nevada, and Las Vegas were the only three places in the whole state you could go to a DMV.
Mhm.
So Reno, you would go in online and check in, and you would say you're number 383, and then what it do, it would text you every 10 minutes and tell you when. Right now, there's 353, and when you get down to, and then it would give you an approximate time, which are in line.
no, Jody, I got a license. I just never switched it over when I moved to Florida. Cause
How long
North
you been
Carolina,
in Florida?
2 weeks,
Yeah.
almost 10 years.
And you have not switched your license over, dude?
I got pulled over a couple times. I just told them I was part-time in Florida. They were like, okay.
Oh,
Well, your
wow.
license was active. You were paying it back at the other state, right?
Yeah, it's you can do all their stuff online in North Carolina. So
Mm.
I just, when it was time for to renew it, I just renewed it and I just never got it switched over.
Oh,
It's
wow.
never been a real issue till now. So, but there's
Mhm.
a couple jobs I got lined up where they said I could have the jobs. I just have to get it switched over.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the closest date I could get was the 18th. So
yeah. Well, as my daughter had to learn the hard way too. She missed out on a couple of jobs for the city here, and they responded to her and says, you know, because you don't have a license. And I've been trying to tell her, say she's got an appointment now to go take her driving test on the 24th of next month. But I've been trying to tell her, said you got to have a license, no matter if you're going to drive a vehicle or not. It's just part of requirements of a valid ID.
that's all I said. I kind of, I don't know. I think it'd be easier just to have one national license and registration for vehicles, but whatever. To have 50 different licenses, 50 different registration.
Well, like Paul was saying, DMV fees, registration fees are a big funding source for a lot of states.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Where they
that's
get
how
all their money.
that's how they say, count the money.
Oh, I don't have to take a test or anything here neither. I just switch it over.
See, and that doesn't make sense. Why since you're valid up there, and it's well known that a valid driver's license in Nevada's is good in California and everything else.
Mhm.
And you all you have to do is prove that you now are living in Florida.
Right.
Why they just don't bing done.
Mm.
Well, see, like when I moved to California from North Carolina, because I actually have 2 active licenses. I have one in California that's still technically good.
Dude, just be quiet. This be quiet, Justin.
Well, no, because we originally moved from North Carolina to California and then to here. But North Carolina, when I went to California, they made me retake the written test to switch my
Yeah.
license. I
Yeah, I
didn't have to
remember.
do anything else, just the written test. But here, they don't make you do anything. They literally just, you prove that you live here, you show them a copy of your car insurance, you show them, give them your ID from the other state, and boom, you're done. You don't have to retake the test or anything.
Do they make you a registered voter in Florida when you do that too? Like they do out here I think they do that in California. I call it the motor voter registration.
I don't know if you have to register separately or not. I'm not sure. I'll find that out though.
That's one of their big voter drive things in California. When you apply for ID, which around 18 you can get your ID or you get your license, you can you apply for your voter registration at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they do or not.
Yeah,
But it's weird, like you can go to the tag agency, you can just walk in there anytime, pay your tags or get your car registered.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They
it's,
you remember AAA does that out here. You know, you can go to their office and get your DMV stuff, registration stuff taken care of.
you want to talk about a DMV with ridiculous wait times? Any DMV in California.
Oh yeah,
Good God, it's ridiculous.
yeah.
Reno was just as bad. You know, the
Mhm.
best I ever had though. Oh my God, when I first moved to South Dakota back in 2013, I went downtown.
You want to go?
In 1 hour, I was at the DMV, got my license switched over, got my vehicle registered, walked across the parking lot over to the sheriff's office, got my concealed carry permit in less than $100, and I was on my way home in an hour.
That's
I went
nice.
I went over to when I like in North Carolina, dude. I went into that DMV 2 or 3 different times. And every time I went in there was like 1 or 2 people in there. It was like super quick. You were in and out in like 10 minutes.
Mm.
But you know, it was also a kind of a hicky town in the middle of nowhere too. So
That's
like
that's like,
that,
hey, same thing. Sundance. I went in there and there was one guy in front of me. I just went in to get my driving record.
yeah, they probably only see like 15 people a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have a little small commercial license place where they did all the testing for commercial license, and that was kind of nice that they had a little DMV substation there just for that purpose. So you have to go to the main DMV.
Oh yeah, the DMV in Barstow. Oh my God, dude, that's a nightmare if you ever go in there. Guy, you'll be there for 4 or 5 hours just to get something stupid done. And an appointment might shave off 10 minutes of that.
Mm.
Those don't really help either.
Mm.
I missed some of that, Jody. You said that's all I need something for. Oh, the drone shots. Is Jody one of those solving people?
Ichigumi.
Now I'm catching on what he says. You don't have to have a license.
No, it's
I'm a
only open till
I'm a sovereign citizen.
it's
Okay.
only open till 6:30, what Google said. Get you. But I don't have a way to get there at the moment. Everybody's gone, so
That's kind of messed up. We didn't let the military guy on the base unless he had a hard copy of his license.
well now they have that, what is it, that little gold star on your license you have to have now to even get on any federal properties now?
I
Was
haven't
that
heard
little
that one.
yeah,
I
it's
know
a little
California.
gold, some little gold star thing they implemented on the licenses now in all the
I know I
states.
have the new California license that allows me to board airplanes, all that kind of stuff. Because now they're saying if you don't have this license, then you have to have an actual passport.
Yeah, Dre, so if it's the same thing I'm thinking of, your new license should have that little gold star on it right here.
Let me check.
That's that new thing, you have to have that gold star on there.
I have the new one. Oh, it's a star inside of the bear.
Like a little gold star like that.
Well, this one's white.
There's
See
South
it?
Dakota.
Look at the bear.
Hold on a sec.
There's a star inside the bear.
That
But it's
might
got the
be it. I
line
don't
up.
know. Every
Yeah.
state probably does a different design. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's gotta have that little gold star thing on it. And that's
Mm.
for the, I think you have to have that to be able to get, like you said, fly a plane, get on military bases, all that stuff now. It's like some kind of federal tag for your license.
Hmm.
So if you have an older license, they want you to update to get that on your new license.
Yeah, I think they in California, they did right before the pandemic, they set a date. I think it was like 2020. Then the pandemic hit and they kept extending the date out because nobody was going anywhere. Because my wife has always talked about how she wanted to go to DMV and get it done. And still to this day, she has not gone to the DMV and get it done.
Yet she said star thing is put off, off again here. Not sure when everyone needs it.
Mhm. So my wife's like, she don't want to wait in line, spend hours down the DMV, but then she wants to get the stuff because she wants to travel. And I just shake my head and say, okay.
Good answer, Greg.
Hey,
know,
Ron, when I do say stuff, Ron, I always gotta be careful. I don't say how I feel, and I always when I talk, I have to almost talk in third person. Like I say, when people say things, I expect them to burn calories.
You sound like a man of experience, marriage experience.
Yeah, I expect them to burn calories. I don't want to hear no lip service. Burn some calories. Go get it done.
I like that. We'll burn some calories.
You get a lot of folks got a lot of lip service for you stuff. He said, when you gonna start burning some calories?
Yeah,
That's funny.
that is. It's great.
I notice he's doing all this complaining about his wife and the safety of his office.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
As soon as he gets home, you can go to the DMV whenever you want, honey. It's fine.
Like I said, I don't get in her way. Like I said, she keep talking about it. Like I say, can't nobody go down and do it for her. She got to go down herself. I went down there, like I said, because I get my commercial license, up there. So when I was down there one of these last couple of years, I went and got it done. I always tell her, I said, when you want to go on that next cruise, you want to fly back to the East Coast, see some of your family, I guess you'll find the time then.
You have to renew your photo every 10 years. AutoZone. That's a parts store over here. That must be some like governmental thing over in England.
Mm.
It's actually
Yeah,
a parts store over
I'm like you, Judge. I'm like, AutoZone.
here.
Like, let me read this whole thing here.
Mark getting a new alternator or what? Like
Yeah. As you
Exactly.
go in and buy some antifreeze, you can get your license renewed.
Okay, so Joe says called the Real ID. We have the gold star, top right corner. Also have veteran under my picture, which allows me to conceal carry due to the new August 1st, 22 veteran has to be licensed to do so.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, here starting July, was it yeah, actually here in a couple days, is the concealed carry without any permit or anything.
Wow.
You just can't be a ex-felon. That's the only stipulation.
Okay, so you just haven't got caught yet, but you can carry concealed.
Well, I'm saying like, but if you use it and you're legal, you're fine, but
I don't have no problem with concealed carry. I wish I could carry concealed here in California, but I'm just saying, I think there still need to be some registration process going on here.
oh, there ain't nothing. They got rid of everything. It's constitutional. now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude.
I mean, they might as well have just went to full open carry. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right there on the cusp of it. You might as well just went the whole way with it.
Mm.
But yeah, starting on the 1st of July, we'll be able to carry concealed without any permits, nothing. You can still get your permit, obviously, if you want it, to,
Mhm.
travel to other states and stuff. Cause
Now,
some
see,
states,
that's kind of tricky though. See, you might be able to get a concealed permit from one state that's not valid in another state.
but yeah, there's people still get them though, because then they can go to certain states and still
Mm-hmm.
have their guns.
And that's another thing I talk when these guys are talking about all this risk of remote ID. I'm like, okay, how many of you folks live in Florida, Texas, Montana, Wyoming, all these different open carry or concealed carry states, and you're concerned about somebody stealing your drone?
Exactly.
Like somebody's ill prepared for the
Okay.
environment they live in.
So Siri misspelt the say photos and put AutoZone instead. Huh? And blame that one on Siri. I thought it was some kind of government agency over there. I mean, it made sense. He was talking about licenses. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, see, well, I won't have to have that, Paul.
There's my concealed weapons permit.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
Good till 26.
Where do they expect you to carry having in your pockets concealed with? I mean, you don't, that's the thing though,
Yes.
Edward, is you don't want to buy Mark, you don't want to buy a big ass freaking,
Howitzer.
desert. Yeah, you're not gonna have no Desert Eagle in your pants. Most people
Well,
buy,
some guys might want it and carry it in the front.
I mean, yeah, I'm not carrying a Desert Eagle in the front. I'm not losing my shit.
I said, that you, or you just happy to see me? No, I say when people get that, like that's why Paul got something you can put in a
Yep. And
ankle
the
holster.
best part of it, Dre, is it's got the laser pointer.
He's still
Oh,
fixated
that's
on that
nice.
laser pointer. He loves that
Yep.
thing. He points
Yeah.
that out every
You
time.
just put the dot on where it's going, and that's where the bullet's going.
Yeah, like I said, but something like that, you can put in an ankle holster. You can put in even a cross your chest holster, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Under
heavy.
the arm holster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up, Curtis?
something like easily that doesn't stick out.
Hmm. Interesting then.
I mean, if I go concealed, I'd probably do the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest one. I mean, they have different designs where you can get one for under your shirt or in
Well,
your
it depends upon how plump you
but-
are, whether you're going to go for an ankle holster. Because a lot of people can't reach their ankles.
No, I don't.
I can see him just a minute. I got it here. Just a minute.
Let me walk over to this park bench and I'll be right with you.
Yeah.
Well, where do you carry yours at, Paul? Just in your pocket?
No, it's got a holster for my waistband.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's where most people are gonna. They're
Right.
either gonna do an ankle or some kind of waist holster.
See, here's the. See, it's got the clip.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes right in there and clips.
Mark says I have a Desert Eagle replica BB gun.
Yeah.
That'll get you shot by LAPD in a heartbeat.
Exactly. They're not gonna say, "Oh, it's a BB gun." Boom.
I heard about that, Curtis. Although they were about in full on civil war here about 4 or 5 days ago. You hear that the Wagner turned on them,
Yeah.
the big private military group.
Mm-hmm.
They were almost to freaking Moscow, man. They took over like 5 cities and were advancing like crazy because some of the Russian military were coming over to their side. And they were almost to Moscow, and he turned around and said, "Oh, never mind," and just quit. I was like, man, hate to see it, but it probably should have been done. Probably should have went all the way.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, he hasn't been seen in the last few days.
Oh yeah, the KGB got his ass.
Yeah.
They said that he could. Where'd he go, to Belarus or something?
Well, they said that he could. They said that they weren't going to charge him with any war crimes or treason.
Yeah.
But they're still labeling him as a traitor of the homeland. But yeah, he took safe haven in Belarus. Wagner's were the same ones that clashed with
Yeah.
the U.S. Special Operations in Syria, like what was it, 5 or 8 years ago? They
Yeah,
whooped the
like they say, they battle hardened troops. So they know combat. They've been doing it for a while. And I
Yeah,
think
well,
they were in Syria and they also been doing operations down in Africa.
yeah, well, when they decided to attack that base that the U.S. Special Operations were at, oh, that was bad, because they got hammered. They lost like 200 or 300 guys in a matter of
Oh.
just a few minutes from the air campaign that they had against them. Because the U.S. Air Force came in, because apparently they came in to try to commandeer an oil field
Mhm.
that they were holding, that the U.S. was holding with their ally of the Syrian army, and
Didn't work
They-
out too well for
well,
Wagner.
they started attacking the base, and I guess a U.S. official contacted Russian military personnel on the other side of the ceasefire line and asked them if it was Russian forces attacking the base, and they wouldn't admit to it.
Mhm.
And they said, well, if you're not going to admit to it, then we're just going to start hammering the shit out of them. And then the Air Force came in and just freaking pretty much wiped them all out. And then Russia asked for a ceasefire about halfway through the battle.
Mhm.
They realized they were getting killed. There's actually a really interesting video on it on YouTube I watched not too long ago. See if I can find it.
Shit. Go back inside, start to rain.
Ah, here we go. There's a video and the link in the chat if anybody wants to watch it. It's actually really interesting.
Well, Ron's going out there to put the menu out.
Yeah,
They offered him safe haven.
You got the customers lined up outside.
yeah.
Well, you could spend your whole day out there brushing them all.
Probably.
Oh man.
Interesting, Mark. I didn't know that. Ooh, that is nice. I like that, Joe. I guess this is gonna be Joe's new toy he's getting.
Who's getting that?
Joe, Captain America.
Oh, okay. Look like, is that a SIG?
Captain Joe America.
Is that a 9?
That's a 9.
Yep.
TP9 Elite.
SIG style, no hammer.
Includes 2 10-round magazines.
Mm-hmm.
You get a magazine loader and cleaning kit. $9.
No,
No,
no.
not bad at all.
I'm assuming that's probably about probably kind of a small one too.
Where's the
As I
dealer
said,
location?
it look like
Up
a
at the top-
compact size.
Yeah,
up at
like
Up at the top, Justin, it said dealer location. Click on that, see where there's a dealer by you.
probably the size. Oh, I already have a store I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
They've actually already went over some stuff with me. I just have to get my license switched over before I can go in there. Because all I have right now is just a little Jennings 38 at the moment.
Ron, do you have a handgun? Or just all rifles?
That's a silly question.
Well, the only thing is I can't see you out bear hunting with a handgun except for just for protection, you know?
45 cal, isn't it?
I got 22, 40, a 45 and a 44 Magnum.
Wow.
Or, okay, I thought 45.
But do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you?
It depends
I-
on where I go. It depends on what I carry.
I used to have a Colt Python 357 Magnum, nickel plated with the pearl handles.
Right. I go up on the Bighorns, where I fell through the ice and had to
Yep.
crawl back.
Yep.
I carry 44 Magnum up there.
There you go.
Anywhere else, mostly I carry the 40 with me. Yeah, you're a weirdo if you don't carry a gun here.
Anything new going on down at the local bar there, Ron, or?
No. Well, I haven't been down there in a week or so.
Same old nonsense, probably, huh?
It's Thursday night. Isn't Thursday? Yeah, they're probably down there drink. It's Thursday night's card night. So they're probably down there. Matter of fact, I saw my neighbor come home from work about 2:00 and get on his 4-wheeler and drove down there.
I could see this totally Ron in front of the mirror with his 44.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, punk.
No! Nope! Nope! I am a reasonable, sane human being.
44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world.
That's
Yep.
Ron hyping himself up before the hunt.
A hype, yep.
Is Dre talking to us or you guys?
No, he's
Or
talking.
somebody? Oh,
He's back now.
He's probably talking to the wife. No, honey, you don't have to go to the DMV.
No, he's still on mute.
she called him. I heard what you said.
Yeah.
That was like one of the best impressions of frickin' of what's his name?
You don't
Clint
see much
Eastwood.
of him anymore. Is he still around?
Yeah, he's doing he's kind of like doing like Ron Howard. He's doing a lot of directing, a lot of that. He did do what was that movie where he was the old veteran? He lived in that bad neighborhood. I can't think of the movie.
Gran Torino.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
that was it. But yeah, other than that, he hasn't really done a whole lot the past 15 years.
He's getting pretty old.
But if you look at some of the movies he's directed over the last 15, 20 years, he's actually, a lot of people don't realize he's actually directed a lot of really, really high-end movies that have made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like classics that people don't realize he was a producer of.
Yeah, I really like Gran Torino. That was good.
Hmm.
He said, I stacked bodies just like you, 15-foot high back in Korea.
Yep. Looks like you. Yeah. What are you spooks up to? Oh my God.
He called that
They-
one dude, the boyfriend that they were beating up.
Mhm.
Tells the girl, he's like, you get in the car, you start walking, you pussy.
Yeah. Your patty ass out of here, you pussy. Yeah.
That's just like what's his name? I'll tell you who's really made a huge comeback with his acting like crazy is Sam Elliott, man.
Mm.
He was kind of quiet there for years, for about
Yeah.
15 years. But man, the last 10 years, dude, he's been in all kinds of shows and movies now.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
really jump started his career back. But he's getting old too. He's up there in his late 70s.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we don't have too many years left with him. And he's a really good actor. I love Sam Elliott. Everything he's played in
Um,
has been good.
Wasn't he in Yellowstone?
Yeah, he's actually in one of the 1889 one, I think,
Yeah,
or 1888, whichever it is.
yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
But he also was in The Ranch on Netflix, which is really funny. He was he played in something else recently too. I can't remember. I think he's been doing some producing too.
Yeah, Yellowstone's done. That
Yep.
sucks.
Well, they all got to come to an end eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss Beth.
I don't know. I would like her at times, but then other times she would just annoy me. Cause she would she would come in on a clutch sometimes and she'd get like revenge on somebody that deserved it. But then her excessive whining about everything would get on my nerves. Like she was just always in like this this suicidal, just I hate life state. And it just kind of, I don't know, after a while got a little annoyed.
Mm.
Even what's his name's wife, the brother's wife. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, she was a crybaby.
Yeah, she was even worse. Me and Sarah were watching the show one night, and you remember when she got in that car wreck?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, they could have saved the baby and just killed her off.
Oh, gee.
Sarah said, "Fuck Monica."
Mm.
Sarah couldn't stand her either. Yeah, there's a lot of good shows that, you know, you wish would have kept going, and fortunately they have to come to an end, like Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy was good. I even started watching the Mayans one, the spinoff. That's pretty good too.
I guess Yellowstone was all due to what's his name, whatnot. Not doing it anymore. The main character.
Huh.
John, what the hell's his name? Actually, I'm having a blank here. John Dutton.
Oh yeah. God damn it! Now
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Kurt
Yeah.
Russell. No, not Kurt Russell.
Oh.
Damn it.
Okay, no, I don't feel so bad. I'm not having the same dyslexia and forgetfulness. Shit. Help us out here, Doctor Dominic.
Yeah,
What was that?
the main star of Yellowstone. Somebody in the chat will say it. Give it a second.
Well, you should just be able to Google Yellowstone. It should tell you.
Listen to Paul giving us modern advice.
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
God, why can't I think of his name?
Kevin
Well,
Costner.
even
Kevin
a
Costner.
blind squirrel finds a nut
Yeah,
nowadays.
Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not liked around here either. He something with a hotel or something he did in Deadwood, South Dakota, and he kind of fucked over the town, and he's not well liked.
Hmm.
Everybody can't be Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
No.
That man is, when it comes to Hollywood, that man is a fucking saint right there.
Yeah.
You talking about one of the most down to earth, non-privileged sounding actors? That's him right there.
Hmm.
Have you ever gotten into Chicago PD or Chicago Fire?
I got into Chicago Fire.
Chicago PD is really good too.
Yeah.
If you watch Chicago Fire, watch Chicago PD because they do a lot of crossover episodes. Dude, Voight is like the man, dude. The
Mhm.
head detective on Chicago PD.
Yeah.
Bro, he's the one that, like, you get to see a lot of like deserved justice on that show. Like he'll take a child predator down to the basement and beat the shit out of him to get the information out of him about where
You
a
know what?
missing
I
child
don't know
is.
if you remember this, Justin, but the best cop shows was NYPD Blue. That was a good show.
Sarah, was that the same one Sarah was watching?
No.
BB Blue.
I'm sorry to cut across you there, but I got to head out.
Oh,
I've been called.
All right, Dominic, we'll see you later.
all right,
Yep.
Dominic.
No,
Like I
Blue
said-
Bloods. That's what she was
Alright.
watching.
What was it?
Yeah, she watched Blue. I kind of started watching it with her for a little bit, but I haven't caught up on it. I'm catching up on Chicago Fire though. I'm on the last season that's on Paramount right now. Or Peacock. Have you got caught up on it?
No,
Uh,
I don't get caught up on stuff at work. They have cable and Paramount, and the only thing I got is YouTube here.
oh, you don't have no streaming apps?
No, not right now. Oh, I got Amazon Prime. That's about it.
Well, if you do want to get some, you can bundle Hulu and Disney and ESPN all together for like $12 a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do a bundle package.
Hmm.
The only one that I'm kind of just not really into anymore is Netflix, man. They're just, I don't know, their movies and shows are just kind of crap now.
Yeah, if there's anything good on there, they make you pay extra. Kind of like Amazon.
Well, no, Netflix, everything that's on Netflix is free, but it's one of the most expensive streaming apps. It's like $20 a month. But they greenlight every stupid script that they get. And I don't know, they're a lot of their movies and stuff are crap. Oh, you know what movie I watched the other day that you might like, Ron, if you haven't seen it, is Two Guns.
Two Guns.
It's got Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg in it.
Oh, where's that on?
Shit, I can't remember what app it is. Hold on, let me look.
Denzel Washington's a good actor.
I watched it the other day though. It was a really good movie. And they left it open for a sequel, so I don't know if they're ever gonna do one or not. Let's see here. See if Prime has it, since it's the only one that you got. Yeah. They got it on Amazon, but you're gonna have to rent it.
Two Guns. They don't do that tonight. What the hell?
But it's worth the watch. I mean, if I would rent it, if I had to,
That's what it's called. Two Guns.
Yeah. Yeah, let me pull it up on Amazon just so you know what it looks like. Yeah, so it's this movie here. It's so it's $4 to rent it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's got a 4.5 star rating too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really good though. It's got some comedy in it, some twists and turns in it. It's definitely one of those movies that makes you think throughout it.
Oh, cool.
I don't know
I
if
gotta,
anybody's seen this, but this is kind of cool, guys. I don't know if it's 3D printed or somebody made it or what, but it's a sunshade, but then you close it down and it covers your controls and everything, protects it all. The screen.
Hmm.
Kind of a cool thing. Oh, there's Amazon. Start manufacturing one sunshade.
You're fading in and out again, Paul.
Oh, am I? Yep, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah. May have to move my
No, I
microphone.
like that. That's kind of cool.
No, you gotta turn the gain up on your microphone. Same issue that Tim was having the other day.
Okay, how about now? Is that better or what?
That's a little better.
Where's my gain? Right there. I don't want to go too much, so too low.
That sounds better.
Your mic is slightly in your video. There you go.
Yeah, I just got a bracket to hold the microphone up now instead of having it on the desktop all the time.
Right.
So Dre is looks like he's full of Christmas there.
Yeah.
That's
No,
his-
I got a call from Adrian. I was talking to him.
Adrian,
Is he ever gonna go live again or what?
No, he's just tied up taking care of the family.
well,
and
he's
stuff,
got the
man.
little kitties.
Yeah.
Feel bad. I should
I
call
think
him.
that little girl is the apple of his eye.
hmm So he's doing okay. He said the price of gas was only 280 something in his area.
Really?
He's at the gas station filling up.
Wow.
So, okay.
Hmm.
I got my nephew coming over tonight at 7:30. Haven't seen him in about 2-3 months. Yeah.
Nice that they make an appointment.
Yeah, they I hunt with them in the fall, my nephew.
Yeah.
I got word from the sister-in-law last night that everything went well yesterday. The day before yesterday.
The
Tuesday.
funeral.
Yeah. The kids showed up, but they behaved themselves.
You're kind of wondering if they were going to do that or not.
That's good.
Mhm.
I mean, you can get in enough trouble on your own without having to do it on those kinds of an occasion, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the time or place. Oh,
Well, no, it just
Joe,
makes you
Joe
look like-
America says it's $2.97 a gallon where he is.
what is-
$2.97 for a gallon of gas? Oh,
Yep.
God, I wish. Ours is just a little over $7 a gallon right now. And
Wow.
Ochoa's gonna add another, 61 cents a liter.
Gee, 61 cents a liter.
Times 4.5, I'll give you another,
Be like $9 a gallon, $10 a gallon.
yeah, $9 or $10 a gallon. Well, climate change drives the price. Well, yeah, if you can do something with climate, but he's not.
Well, don't you think that that's all the big woke plan is to drive everybody to not having gasoline vehicles, trucks?
Well, it is. That's his plan.
Yeah.
He won't say it directly, but that's a plan. Can't afford gasoline, so you have to buy an electric car.
Oh, that gasoline, cigarettes and alcohol. That's like, I gotta admit, when I went to Tim Hortons and, I went to get that refill of that coffee, $2. Like, okay, I can deal with that. But to hear somebody spend 30 some, 40 some bucks for a pack of cigarettes, that's insane.
I was watching a YouTube video today, an old guy. He was in New Zealand and he bought an electric car. Hey, I'm gonna help the environment, gonna save money on fuel and all that shit. He got his first bill, but not only did he have to pay for the electricity, the government also charges them 25 cents a minute to park while you're charging your vehicle. So that's to encourage you to use the fast charger and don't spend any time in that parking spot till the next one comes in. But they're charging them 25 cents a minute to park.
Yeah, but then you also gotta pay more for the fast charger, which
Yeah,
offsets that
yeah,
25.
yeah, you said, oh my God. They just, yeah.
Then it just offsets that 25 cents anyway, so it's like, you really damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. That's screwed up. Ugh. Shit. It looks like it's gonna rain the rest of the night here.
Oh,
That's
perfect time
all
to
for
sit and watch a
before me
movie.
here.
Well, it's a perfect time to sit and watch a movie, Ron.
I think, I honestly think I might go plug that in. And that's on
Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon for
Amazon.
$3.99, I think, or $2.99.
Yeah. That's what I think I just may do. It's only 4:30 in the afternoon here. Couple hour movie and I'll be getting towards dozing time. I've been up since 3:30. Yeah. It's
And then
light
you have-
out here. It's starting to get light at 4:30, 4:45.
Then you have, if you rent a movie, I think, was it, you have to watch it within 30 days. If you start it, you have 48 hours to watch it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So you
Different
rent-
world, different world.
Yeah, so when you rent a movie off of a streaming service, you have up to 30 days to actually watch the movie, but once you watch it and you press play, then it starts a 48-hour countdown. So you have 2 days to watch it from that time that you start watching it.
I gotta wait the rest of the weekend, wait till next week to find out about this offer from this job. On pins and needles till then. So it's still not a confirmed thing yet.
Oh, really?
Nope. I talked to them today and just, I think I'm kind of being different than, some others, I was talking to them and they're like, some of the requirements that the state requires that paperwork that you hand them over, like your diploma from your paramedic school and this and that. People that graduated 2-3 years ago, they go, I'm not sure where that's at. I can't find this and that. I provided all that information that lady needed in Cheyenne, Wyoming. She goes, Ron, I can tell you're old school. You get your shit together. You kept all your stuff. You have your stuff ready to go. And she goes, and for that, by tomorrow morning, you will have your provisional license. I'm like, oh, okay. But I talked to the potential new work people, and I just said, hey, this is FYI, giving you a follow-up. This is what I did. My fingerprints are done. My driving record is done. It's been sent to you by email. This is done. That's done. Those records are sent to you. And I said, I'm just sitting on the sidelines waiting for HR right now. They're like, wow, okay. We haven't anybody worked that fast like you. So it goes to tell you where the young generation is right now.
Scattered.
I mean, the interview was only last Wednesday, and here this Thursday, I've got everything done that they wanted. So, but I really hope HR don't try and screw me. I will turn them down. I'll just say, well, okay, I'll take your part-time job.
Well, when you first interviewed, they said that you'd hear something in a day or two. That was a week ago, wasn't it?
Well, they said, they said, you'll hear from us as far as, who was selected.
an offer.
I heard 2 hours later,
Yeah,
but it's their HR departments are always slow, no matter where you are. But
Huh.
but I am not gonna accept the job for what I'm being paid now or less.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like,
Ooh.
well, at first they told you it was gonna be paying more, didn't they?
Yeah, oh yeah, a lot more.
but you want that in writing, though.
Well, Justin, are you still here?
Yeah,
Are you gonna do a live show later tonight or?
I don't know.
I was just giving you the opportunity to tell everybody, yeah, dial in. Look me up.
Yeah, what time? 6:30. Well, I gotta get going, Paul. I got
Yeah,
something
but-
coming a little bit, so I got a couple things I want to do before you get here.
Download that app, Ron.
Well, we'll see you, Paul. I think we might as well call it, don't you think?
Okay.
Yep. Okay, everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again tomorrow.
Yep.
Or tune in tonight. Justin will be live at, what do you usually go live? What time, Justin?
I'm not doing a live tonight.
Oh, okay. Justin's not doing a live tonight, but when he does by surprise, it's usually about 9 or 10 o'clock. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. Sarah, you take care. And Joe, everybody, bye for now.
See y'all.
Okay.